that is missing. It's showing that we have Disney, Lucas, Marvel, Pixar, Sony Pictures, 20th Century Fox, Universal, and Warner Brothers. Those are currently the supported accounts. So here under system requirements, we can see what devices are supported. We have iOS, that means iPhone, iPads, iPod Touch. It has to have iOS 9, Apple TV. You can do that through the app on Apple TV or through AirPlay. We have Amazon Kindle devices, so your Kindle Fire tablets. Android, so that includes phones as well as tablets, and I already have it on the Android TV. Chromecast, like I showed you, you can actually cast right from the application. Roku, we have movies there. PC Remote, so you can actually log on online and do this from Chrome, Edge, Firefox, Safari, and stream movies. And then you can watch them through iTunes, Amazon Video, Vudu, and Google Play. So those are all the different areas where you can actually watch videos, movies, anywhere. So this is a really cool service, something I've been waiting for a long time. My hope is one day all the different networks will be a part of it, so you have every video in one place, which makes it really easy so that you don't have to go back and forth with applications to see all your movies and to find out where you purchased one. So my recommendation is just always purchase in the same place. But this app is really great so that it can sync and link all of those videos together. I hope this video was helpful for you to learn all about movies anywhere and how you can link all of your accounts together. If you have any further questions, please leave a comment below. And if this is your first time here, I'd love for you to click the subscribe button so that you can be notified of my new and upcoming videos that are going to teach you how to use your phone all the way to your smartphone. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you on the next one.
Ulcerative colitis is more than a bowel disease. UC is serious, and your symptoms can be signs of damaging inflammation. Over time, your symptoms can change or get worse. Is your gastroenterologist worried about all your symptoms? Get the facts at Crohn'sandColitis.com. To a place far, far away from another TV. Here, where the TV moves like it's real. Because it is. And going to what? Hundreds of channels for zeros of dollars. Drop in, it's free. Pluto TV. Disney's Movies Anywhere service has greatly expanded to include titles from Sony, Fox, Universal, and Warner Bros. The service links to major digital providers, including Apple's iTunes, to allow both purchases to be accessible regardless of where they were originally bought, as long as it's through one of the 5 participating studios. To make it even more interesting, Movies Anywhere also recognizes films purchased through Vudu's unique disc-to-digital program. We'll show you how to convert your physical Blu-ray and DVD discs to iTunes with Vudu and Movies Anywhere. You'll obviously need an iTunes account. Then you'll want to download the Vudu iOS app and create an account. Once set up and logged in, tap the menu button and then disc to digital. Tap it and choose Scan Barcode. And then allow location access, which makes sure you're not scanning random barcodes in the store. And then allow camera access for scanning barcodes.
challenges.
You're my only hope!
I knew you'd like that one. Lego Masters. Wednesdays or anytime on Fox Now or Hulu.
Blu-ray disc over 2 HD for a pretty low price. And if you've got
Welcome to the greatest competition ever assembled.
Fox Wednesdays. You turned a global phenomenon
Yippee-ki-yay, Lego Masters!
into a high-stakes competition. Surprise Wednesdays.
Let's do this.
Challenges.
You're my only hope!
I knew you'd like that one. Lego Masters. Wednesdays or anytime on Fox Now or Hulu.
There are at least 168 scientific inaccuracies in Project. One big example, at more than 600 miles, the size of this asteroid is insanely impossible.
It's a challenging project. You are well aware of that. Edward Jones is too, which is why we're here. Ready to listen, ready to help you find opportunity. Something we've been doing since 1922 in good markets and bad. So, let's talk Edward Jones. It's time for investing to feel individual.
Let's get into it now and see how well this works. Now, before we begin, I'm going to assume that you've already set up a Movies Anywhere account and connected to retailers. So if you go into my account here, you can see that I've got Google Play, iTunes, and Prime Video all connected. And Movies Anywhere is free, and any purchase that you have on any of those services that's in Movies Anywhere will sync up once you sign up for it. So you will find probably digital purchases you made years ago that you forgot about because maybe you stopped using Apple iTunes at some point, switched over to Google. Now a lot of those purchases will come over to Google as a result of just connecting your accounts for no charge. It's a great revelation when you first get into this thing. I had a bunch of movies that I just didn't know were there. They even gave me like 4 or 5 of them when I first got reading for Google. That was pretty cool. Now what I want to do first, before we go over to the Disc 2 digital thing, is see if the movie I want to convert is available on Movies Anywhere. And I've got this Blade Runner movie that I bought probably 18 or 19 years ago at the dawn of the DVD revolution. In fact, this one has got all of its original stuff in there. So at the end of the video, I'll show you what came packed in with DVD
Movies Anywhere.
years ago. So what we're going to do here is just go over to Movies Anywhere and search just to make sure that Blade Runner is in fact on Movies Anywhere. If it's not, I'm only going to be on Movies when we do the Disc Digital. But as you can see here, we have the director's cut, one that I have available on Movies Anywhere, which means that we got to go and take a trip to Cornell. The next step is to make sure that we have it in their library. yeah, you can see both the movies are in there. And one thing that I noticed here that was really through the different services is that it gave the newer cut of the original Blade Runner movie called the Final Cut. So the disc that I have here on the desk is the director's cut, but there was a newer release of it, I believe in 2007. That's the one that it matched up for my $5 upconvert charge from the old DVD. You can see here in Google Play, it's also got the Final Cut there along with Avatar. I also checked on my Apple TV upstairs, and both Blade Runner and Avatar were in fact in HD, as I would hope they would be, so that was good. They also showed up here on my iPhone, of course, because those both use Apple services. And when I put it on my iPhone here, it also gave me all of the iTunes extras for this movie, including director commentary and a whole bunch of other stuff too, including deleted scenes. So that was cool to see on this edition. Now, one thing to note here is that iTunes is doing free upgrades from HD to 4K.
Movies everywhere.
On this paper is the repossession
4K
number,
on the
the address of our
I
garage,
don't believe
keys to
the
copy that.
digital thing is going to
Okay.
give you the 4K movie if one is available. So that's the only caveat to this. You may not see those HD movies become 4K movies on Apple. My advice is that if you plan to buy movies digitally and you want 4K, buy them at the iTunes store in 4K, and then those will get synced up with movies anywhere that way. So that will look like movies that you buy in HD elsewhere will magically become 4K on iTunes. A little complicated, but it looks like that's how they are approaching it. Now, I did try out some other formats just to see what would happen. So I was a fan of HD DVD when it first came out because I had an attachment for my Xbox 360. They, of course, swapped out the Blu-ray, but the movie did get accepted by Movies Anywhere and the digital thing. But I did not get the HD version available to me for $2. I had to do the $5 upconversion to get the HD DVD. I did try a VHS tape, actually a bunch of them. So these movies were on Vudu as well on Movies Anywhere, and the VHS tapes do not work. So you've got an old tape kicking around from 30-something years ago, maybe go find the DVD at a tag sale or something and go from there. So overall, I think this is a pretty good deal to get, in my case especially, this old movie that I bought, at the dawn of the DVD era, and get an HD version of it available on all of my services and get the updated cut of the movie for $5. Certainly less than I think the Blu-ray would cost, so I was pleased with that. I'm not a huge Blade Runner fan. I'm eager to watch this again because I want to watch the new movie, so not every movie I'm going to buy in 4K Blu-ray, so this was, to me, a good deal, I think. And if you're curious as to what came in the box with these movies back in the day, I figured I would show you before we close out here. So this was right when things were coming together here. They were talking about their list of this was a new format, and it really took off quickly. I think it came out around 1997 or so. And I bought my DVD player right when it came out because I was a big Laserdisc fan. I loved the quality of Laserdisc, but the movies were expensive. These were a lot less expensive. And the real kicker for me was the fact that you didn't have to flip the disc over at any point. Most of the time you watch a Laserdisc movie, and then 2.5 hour movies often require a flip and then a disc change because you only fit about an hour on each side of the disc, where these DVDs, because they were working with compressed video, could hold more. And on CRT television, it looked great to me. It didn't really look all that different from Laserdisc, so it's a really great format. A couple of months after I bought the home player, I bought a DVD player for my PC so I could watch my movies in my dorm room, and that was cool to get that quality on my little 15-inch display, but most people had pretty small TVs back then. Now, what's funny about how these early DVDs were produced was that you had the widescreen along with the standard edition on two sides of a disc, because many consumers were used to these VHS movies filling up their entire square television, and people liked that. They wanted the movie to fill the screen. They didn't like the letterbox format, so they gave people the choice, which was great here because the enthusiasts could get the widescreen version. I think a lot of consumers began noticing that there were details in the movies they were missing because of the pan and scan that was being done on the old VHS movies and on this side of the disc. So people got devices being made early on to make this work for everybody. Some DVD packages had a standard disc and a widescreen disc, so they were able to cheaply manufacture both versions for folks. But of course, widescreen eventually won out. And 5.1 channel audio, basically Dolby Digital, was on DVD from the start. So I was able to make use of my fancy 5.1 channel receiver from the get-go with this, which I was doing on some of my laser discs that I had, but not all of them supported it, but all the Blu-rays or DVDs did. So very cool format, and kind of led the way to where we are today with Blu-ray. And again, I'm really quite pleased with the fact that I can take out all these old movies that have just been sitting around on shelves here and be able to realize some of the value that I paid for them 20 years ago by converting them pretty cheaply to an HD stream that I can watch anytime on just about any device. So great deal. Definitely check it out if you haven't already. Until next time, this is Lon Seidman. Thanks for watching. This channel is brought to you by the Lon.TV supporters, including gold level supporters of Black Eyed and Blues Music Hour podcast. Sally Retta, Tom Albrecht,
Maxwell House Coffee
Italian.
presents Mama, starring Peggy
If
Wood.
you want to help the channel, you can by contributing as little as $1 a month.
I remember this album on our parlor table at home. I remember the old pictures from Norway that Mama and Papa brought with them when they came to this country. The uncles and the aunts and the cousins I had there. And I remember my family.
Head over to
I remember my sister
Lon.TV/support
Dagmar.
to learn more.
And my brother Nell. And of course Papa. But most of all, when I look through this album, most of all, I remember Mama.
Yes, here's Mama. Brought to you by Maxwell House Coffee, the richer, mellower blend. Already a favorite in Mama's time. Today, more people buy and enjoy Maxwell House than any other brand at any price.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
Today, as always,
Testing 1,
this
2,
sign of good
3.
coffee means
Get your
Maxwell
energy
House.
up.
The coffee that's always good to the
You
last
gotta
drop.
play the radio now. Hey guys, what's going on? I want to just let you know up front that I've been a little bit under the weather because.
Let me see if you are boiling over yet.
Oh, it's nothing to joke about,
Like
Mama.
my voice. But I wanted to get this out there. Something I've been
Obviously, you
thinking
have the
about
spelling
lots,
test
something
to
I'm
feel
always
off.
thinking
It
about
has nothing to do with
is
the test,
physical media,
Mama.
specifically
Don't feel
collecting
it.
physical media
But you have no feet.
in
Oh,
a
Mama, that
digital
sandwich fell
world.
down enough to show how
Where we're at
bad.
with that, what it
Oh,
means, if it means
stomach
anything.
ache.
I was listening to a podcast yesterday
Oh,
while I was working,
that's just the best for stomach
a day job, and somebody asked another person on the podcast, have you seen such and such a movie? And they said, yeah, actually I have it on DVD, and the other guy was like, DVD?
I've been cool enough to
What is that? You might as well just throw that away. DVD is trash. And that seems to be the prevailing mentality in this day and age of like 4K streaming
Well, you're saying
and
this because nothing else
you
is
know,
on you.
Ultra HD,
Remember what he
all
said
this
that
stuff.
be?
So I don't know,
There's
man.
nothing wrong with
I have a
child.
huge collection. So it's this wall, there's another wall over on the other side here, and there's a third wall that the building shelves for. And this is the studio that will one day be ready for a tour or something like that. But I have a lot of movies, and furthermore, I have a lot of CDs and vinyl records and video games and books, physical media, right? So physical media is what we're talking about in a digital world, in a world where it has less value, less perceived value than it ever has. It's weird times, right? Because the idea of like, well, DVDs are trash, that does seem to be the mentality. And I've been there before. VHS collection back in the day when I was in high school and I was in the early years of college in the 90s. I had a small, but it seemed big at the time because there weren't, physical media collecting was just becoming a thing to that degree, like where it was becoming accessible and you could have it yourself, like you could have your own little library of the stuff that you wanted. So, I had probably a couple hundred movies on VHS, and I started collecting DVD, and by the time Blu-ray came out, I had hundreds of DVDs, and I was like, well, I'm not going to buy the Blu-ray. I'm not going to buy Blu-rays from people that I have a DVD already. I'm not going to replace. I'm not going to double dip, as it were, right? And I did. That was a hypocrite. It was like, if I have the movie, I'm not going to do it. But I totally double dip on so many things. And I double dip on Blu-rays because they come out with the latest edition of something. I spent so much money on DVDs and on Blu-rays, and then I'd rebuy stuff, and I spent even more money. And then here we are now, people are like, man, DVDs are trash. You should get rid of that stuff.
And I just think.
So, what does it mean, right? Like, I've kind of come to a point at this age. Part of it comes from you get older, you have a house, you have.
My first thought is with families who have lost loved ones and patients.
Who the fuck are you praying to?
Kids clothes to buy.
During this
And you realize that,
I just encourage people to pray for our
hunting down the latest.
Who are you praying to?
Necessarily where it's at.
really the hands and feet
Okay.
every day.
But beyond that,
Healthcare.
we're in an interesting time as a society. We're in a time where
Well, I'll show you exactly how much y'all playing bullshit. I asked y'all, who is the fuck is you praying to? If you don't know who the fuck you praying to some bullshit.
Throwing up a hospital in
Redbox replaced it, and it's probably on its way out.
Think of that.
But at the same time, we've got records that have made a comeback. People collect records. Tapes. I did a video on tapes. Tapes are back. They're not huge, but there's an underground movement for tapes that's bringing tapes back. So it's weird because we get further and further away from, the discs.
National Guard to become
We seem to miss them more and more.
and they would bring it.
So I
Some of their
decided,
sites were dangerous sites. They were very dangerous sites.
that
Think of that.
I'm just going
It's
to
been
build
amazing.
my
It's been
library.
amazing. I just think I've never seen anything like it. I'm so proud of this country. And look, it's a world problem. And some countries in the world are just handling it so well. Again, I keep saying it's 151. That was as of 2-3 days ago. It's probably more. Some people said they didn't know there were that many countries. That's how big this is. And Mike said something else. Palm Sunday, tomorrow. Think of it. We're not going to churches, Palm Sunday. Think of next Sunday, Easter. And I brought it up before. I said, maybe we could allow special for churches.
No.
Maybe we could talk about it.
No.
Maybe we could allow them with great separation outside on Easter Sunday. I don't know, it's something we should talk about. But somebody did say that, well, then you're sort of opening it up to that little, do we want to take a chance and do it when we've been doing so well? But Easter Sunday, Palm Sunday, I'm going to be watching tomorrow live from Riverside, California, great church. But I'm going to be watching on a computer, right? On a laptop. I think on Easter maybe I'll be watching from a laptop as opposed. So how sad is it that we have Easter Palm and Easter Sunday, and people are watching on laptops and computers? It's sad.
Mm-hmm.
But the job that this whole country has done is amazing. But I'll say this, our medical professionals, what they've done.
Fuck them lying bastards.
Walk into those hospitals,
Fuck them lying bastards. Fuck them lying bastards.
Walking through the front doors. And some of those people are gonna die. They're gonna die. It's like incredible. And we can say what we want, Tony and Deb, about young and medium-aged. Plenty of those people are dying too. It's the older people when they have problems. It hits young people too. It hits middle-aged people too. But these people are walking to the hospital and they watch. I think it's incredible. And they're putting their outfit, they're getting it. And And they're going in, they're going, it's like a war. Again, there's never been anything so contagious as this. In 1917, it was vicious if you got it, but it wasn't contagious like this. Now, in 1917, had they had the internet and all the means of communication, they could have done distancing, by the time people started thinking in those terms.
Donald Trump, bro. You done lived there and let these people put you in the pickle, bro. On the real, bro. You was doing good, dog. You was doing good, dog. Till you lived and let these people put you in the pickle.
What extent do you think that you can use antibody tests to determine who can go back to work?
Well, I don't know. I'd rather leave that to the doctor. Doctor, do you have an answer to that?
We think it'll be a tool to help us get people back to work. It'll be additional information because, as you know, if you have an antibody, that means you were exposed and have recovered from it.
Oh, they gonna put a young nigga in there now.
This should help.
They got a young nigga in there now. So you can feel alright, cause they got a young motherfucker up there. Instead of that old bitch in the back and an old bitch that was up there a little while ago. All he do is deal with infectious diseases. And I don't trust them bitches as far as I can throw them bitches.
Working on this. Dr. Burke's put a call out to the academic labs around the country to do this, and we've been working very closely with a number of manufacturers, so we think that it can be scaled up relatively quickly.
Look.
Question for Dr. Fauci. In a recent interview, you had said that you knew that 15-day guidance would not be enough. I wanted to ask your confidence level about the 30-day guidance and whether it'll be enough.
It's tough to talk about levels of confidence, but I can tell you one thing that I feel strongly, that if we do in a very proactive way what I said in my opening comments, and people literally across the country as a baseline have that physical separation, and as we mentioned up here, there'll be varying degrees of that depending upon whether you're in New York City or you're in a place that's less, but every place, everybody should be doing some degree of this physical separation. If we do that, I have confidence that what we will see is the turning around of the curve. Whether or not it will be all the way down where we want, it's impossible to say. I would be foolish to say that. But the one thing I am confident in, so let's take this to the bank, that mitigation works. So it does. We've seen it in other
Bitch, shut your lying ass up. Shut your lying ass up.
Every chance I get to plead with the American people to please take a look at those guidelines that the Vice President keeps putting up with his chart, because every single one of those points has something to do with physical separation.
And mitigation does work. But again, we're not going to destroy our country.
Nah.
We have to get back.
Come on. Yeah, we gotta get back.
Because
Tell him again, President. That fucking doctor bullshit.
more people this way through all of the problems caused than you will with what we're doing right now. What we're doing right now, I think it's going to be very successful. But you know what? I don't know. We have a big decision to make at a certain point. Okay?
Yep.
We have a big decision to make.
Fuck them.
We want this extra period of time.
Yep.
But I said it from the beginning, the cure cannot be worse
Nah.
than the problem.
Come on.
We cannot let that happen.
Mm-hmm.
We have an incredible country.
Yep.
We were having the greatest
Yeah. Until this shit out. Until this shit out.
economic standpoint.
Until this shit out. Until this shit happens. Until this shit happens. I ain't fucking stupid.
Some hard decisions are going to have to be made.
I ain't fucking stupid.
Ventilator manufacturers are doubling, tripling, and quadrupling their production in some cases. And yet medical experts and some of these manufacturers are predicting that there will still be shortages of tens of thousands of ventilators. Is it time for you to level with the American public that there likely will be shortages of ventilators in some cases?
It could be you have shortages, and it could also be that you have some that have way overestimated.
Now, there you go. There you go.
We think that, we have a good amount ready to move. I mean, literally, like in London, they're ready to move to any hotspot. And some of the ones that you're talking about, that was a nasty question from CNN, but some of the ones, because I think that, frankly, because you know what, you've asked that question about 10 times over the course of about a month. Look, we're mobilized and ready to go. We have a lot of ventilators ready to go. And if we had given them close to 10,000. We're also taking from areas that won't be as badly hit as today we think they will be. There will be some areas hit harder than we think. And there's nothing that Deborah, Tony, or any of these professionals can do about it.
No.
This thing moves in a lot of ways. But what we're going to do is we are going to have, and you look at us compared to a lot of other countries, we're in much better shape. But these professionals have done an amazing job. Now, over the next week, in 2 weeks, it's going to be a very, very deadly period, unfortunately. But we're going to make it so that we lose as few lives as possible. And I think we're going to be successful. I think we already are successful in that regard. When you look at that graph, and you see all of the bumps, you want to call it, at a very low level. And you see a couple at a higher level, they were tough. If you see one of those levels, you know, when you look at, and when you hear about Italy, and then you hear about France, and then you know, what we have is we have many Italy's all over. They're like countries. California is a country. New York is a country. If you look at them from the standpoint of what we're talking about, we have many
countries.
Like
Countries, yep. Say that again. Come on, say that again, President. Come on. Shit. Can't lay up there and have everything still shut the fuck down. That don't make no fucking sense.
We're going to try and have ventilators wherever we possibly can. Jeff, go ahead.
Some of these companies to ramp up production as fast as possible, it still won't be enough.
Well, New York wanted 40,000 ventilators. Okay, 40,000. Think of what 40,000 is. It's like cars. It's a big project. It's an expensive product. I mean, some of them are $50,000 a piece. So one the other day, 55,000. That was before they start playing the games with supply and demand. Okay, some are very, very call them luxury. Some are not. But frankly, these are very expensive products. These are very high-tech projects and products, and they take a period of time. We have thousands of them being built right now. Some will be ready. And we're going to have extra, and we'll keep them in hospitals. But a lot of hospitals, a lot of states had the chance of getting ventilators, and they turned those ventilators down so they can spend their money on something else. And in a way, I understand that, because who thinks a thing like this is it's not a knock. If I'm told, like perhaps you can spend $1 billion on ventilators and get 16,000 or a massive number of ventilators that they've been offered over the years, or you can build a new bridge or road or something. I mean, I understand how that works. I'm not blaming anybody. I'm just saying that a lot of the states had chances of stockpiling a lot of ventilators. They didn't do it, and I think we're doing a very good job in helping them out. Please. And it's a very fair question. I understand that question very well. Yeah.
Can you give us a sense, perhaps Dr. Brooks, of what that means numerically?
I'd like to ask also, I'd like to say, we know pretty much a lot of the map, we know the numbers of the numbers. They seem to be checking out, unfortunately. In some cases, they're on the low side, which we're very happy. We want to keep them on the very low side, and that's where we're headed. And I think that's maybe where we're headed. But I'd like to ask, maybe you and Tony, what would be crazy?
Be crazy.
For the number of days of greatest impact, what would be our worst day, if that's possible? I think that's what we're asking.
That's exactly what we're expecting.
So as you've been looking in the places that are the most difficult hit right now, the Detroit area, the New York area, the Louisiana area, and we are doing it by the counties of those states because there are, mostly it's metro areas and the bedroom communities around those metro areas because people went to work and got exposed and came home and then exposed to other. If you look out in New York now, you see that's in Long Island, it's out in Suffolk County, and it's Nassau County. All of those counties, Wayne, Oakland, are all on the upside of their curve of mortality. So you know when you get to the peak to come down the other side. So by the predictions that are in that healthdata.org, they're predicting in those 3 hotspots, all of them hitting together in the next 6 to 7 days. You can go to the website. It's variable. Each one of those communities is different, but you know where New why all of the predictions are that this next week, and I think we said this last Sunday when we talked about the charts, and it's difficult and we tried to prepare the American people to understand that you have to, as much as you go up, you have to come down the other side, because coming down is a reflection of the cases that were coming in before. I'd rather not say a number, but the numbers are available if you go to the website. I mean, you can see that there's several hundreds per day in New York. And I think Governor Cuomo has talked about that increasing still into the 500, 600, 700 range a day. So, that's very concerning to us.
I got 5.
We again applaud the healthcare workers who are doing every single thing humanly possible to save more lives. And we are ensuring on a ventilator by ventilator, day by day, to get them there so that we can say and we can be there when they need it. Because we are supposed to be that group that comes in after all of the resources are exhausted. And we really applaud what Oregon did. And we really applaud what the governor is doing about moving between the states, between the different counties, to bring them to New York. Because that's what's needed today. A different place will be needed tomorrow.
That's something you said yesterday. That's the concerns about Pennsylvania, Colorado, and Washington, D.C. Could you expand on that?
We're watching them because they are starting to go on that left side of the curve.
You want to be crazy? We can be crazy.
Will mitigate strongly the work that they did over the last 2 weeks. Will blunt that curve, and they won't have the same upward slope that New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, and part of Rhode Island are having. So this is a very important, the next 2 weeks are extraordinarily important, and that's why I think you've heard from Dr. Fauci, from myself, from the president and the vice president, that this is the moment to do everything that you can on the presidential guidelines. This is the moment.
Fuck them guidelines.
Going to the grocery store.
Fuck them guidelines.
Pharmacy, but doing everything you can to keep your family and your friends safe. And that means everybody doing the 6 feet distancing, washing your hands.
So, ditto to everything that Dr. Birx said, but also to emphasize why it's so important to do that, because we're looking at 3 or 4 really key hotspots that are still going up. It's absolutely essential that the ones that are down at that lower level that Dr. Birx showed the other day, those communities where they're still going up, we've got to make sure we don't have multiple waves of peaks. That's going to be the answer to the question of when we can start pulling back. Because if we keep having multiple peaks and different waves, that's going to make it very difficult. We put your foot on the exactly what I said just before, and I keep repeating. Just make sure everybody does at least the minimum amount of that physical separation, because the virus has no place to go if you're physically separated.
And one of the reasons that I keep talking about hydroxychloroquine is that the question that nobody ever asks, and the question that I most hate the answer to, is what happens if you do have a ventilator?
No.
What are your chances? And I just hope that hydroxychloroquine wins, coupled with perhaps the Z-Pack, as we call it, dependent totally on the doctors and the doctors there. Because you know the answer to that question. If you do have the ventilator, you know the answer to that question. And I hate giving the answer. So I don't want to get them there. I don't want to get them there. There's a possibility. And I say it, what do you have to lose? I'll say it again, what do you have to lose?
No, using the medicine that we got already, instead of trying to make some new shit. Try to make some new shit.
Or the doctors in the hospital. But hydroxychloroquine, try it if you'd like. The other thing, if you have a heart condition, I understand. Probably stay away from the Z-Pack. But that's an antibiotic. It can clean out the lungs. The lungs are a point of attack.
Nah.
For this
Talk to them, Trump. Holler at them. Them bitches trying to shut down everything so we can get fucked up. I do not trust neither fucking party. Cause I know that both fucking parties been having a fucking party on the fucking people forever. It's time for the fucking people to stand the fuck up and say something.
Not a game changer, because that's not a nice enough term. It would be wonderful. It would be so beautiful. It'll be a gift from heaven if it works. Because when people go into those ventilators, you know the answers, I know the answers, and I'm glad you don't write about it. I like this.
Well, you've heard from the experts what our task force has heard. It's going to be a difficult week for the American people. You will see testing increase around the country, and so cases are going to continue to rise across America. And before I give a few facts relevant to an earlier question about ventilators, let me add my voice to what the President just said and what all the physicians who've spoken have said. Even though we see the losses rising in the days ahead, do not be discouraged, because there's evidence across the country that Americans have been putting the social distancing and mitigation into practice, and it is making a difference. We are seeing it in the new cases that are being reported. Because remember, families that experience loss up to this day and in the next week have a loved one who contracted the coronavirus, in most cases more than 2 weeks ago. In many cases before social distancing and mitigation efforts were put into effect. And so we want to encourage you, believe in the President's coronavirus guidelines for America. Go to coronavirus.gov, print them off again, put them on the refrigerator, and remind yourself to put them into practice. On the subject of ventilators, if I can amplify the point the President made, our team at FEMA is doing a remarkable job working with governors, state health officials, and local hospitals, particularly focused on our priority areas. We prefer the New York metro area, which includes New Jersey and Connecticut. We're focused on the New Orleans metro area, Louisiana. We're focusing on Detroit. We're focusing on Chicago. These are the areas where we see the significant rise in cases. And we are surging supplies, specifically ventilators, but all personal protective equipment, from FEMA to those areas. And just to give you a couple of examples, I spoke to governors in New York, New Jersey, Louisiana, Massachusetts, Michigan, and Maryland today alone. And in those cases, Governor Cuomo is actually assessing all of the available ventilators. We've sent 4,400 ventilators already to New York. As has already been referenced, they're going to receive a shipment of over 1,000 from overseas. And allow me to say, as I told her personally today, the governor of Oregon, Governor Kate Brown, her unilateral decision to send 140 ventilators, because they felt Oregon today is in a place where they could give those ventilators to New York. To me, it was in the very highest American tradition of loving your neighbor. And when I talked to Governor Cuomo, Mr. President, he actually told me they never asked Oregon for the ventilators. And Governor Brown hadn't even called him to tell him that she was doing that. It really is remarkable. When I talked to Governor Hogan today, and the President and I will be speaking to all of America's governors on Monday again, I told him how inspired I was and how he helped spread the word to other governors in areas where they can spare resources to be joining with us at the federal level and providing them to states at the point of the need. But just a few, for instances, as we track New Jersey, as I told Governor Phil Murphy, we deployed 200 ventilators to New Jersey today. Louisiana, we're monitoring literally hour by hour what's taking place in New Orleans with some encouraging news, but still great challenges. Yesterday, you heard the President say that we deployed 330,000 gallons that have been
delivered to the public health systems and hospitals there, 200 ventilators. I spoke to Governor Charlie Baker today and was able to inform him. We're watching Boston area very closely. 100 ventilators are deploying today. I spoke to Governor Gretchen Whitmer today. Detroit is experiencing a significant number of cases. We're watching it carefully. And today, FEMA directed 300 ventilators to Michigan. Again, as the President said, we're all working our hearts out. But what I want to say to American families and what I want to say to healthcare workers is that we are going to identify the resources, leave no stone unturned, and we are going to focus resources on those areas in the order that they emerge. Now, the last thought is back on mitigation. We are hoping that we do not see other major cities in the country experience what Seattle experienced, what greater New York City areas experiencing, what Atlanta's experiencing, and that's all in the hands of the American people today. So I just want to encourage you, coronavirus.gov, put into practice the President's coronavirus guidance, and you do your part to save lives, protect the American people, and ensure that we will have the resources to meet this moment wherever the need should arise.
One program that happened yesterday, we're hearing from a lot of small business owners, a lot of concern about whether they're going to get this money. Some say some of the banks weren't ready yesterday to start processing loans. Some banks are later. And some
we're way ahead of schedule. The banks have been great. JP Morgan Chase, Bank of America, they're so far ahead. This is typical for you, particularly. Either behind it's been flawless so far beyond our expectations. You should say, are you doing well, but maybe, I don't even hear of any glitch. They've done billions of dollars of loans to small businesses. And these are great loans. These are loans that get immediately paid off. These are loans that get businesses back. I wish you could ask the question, if something's working so well, no, maybe things won't work well, and I don't mind that kind of thing, but if something's working so well, and you ask a question in such a negative way, it's doing great. Yeah, go ahead. It's doing great, really good. Maybe it won't in 2 weeks, and I'll respond differently, but it's doing great. You know it, and so does everyone else. Everyone's shocked how well it's doing. Who did?
Dr. Burns.
Yes.
Some demographics such as seeing that men might be more susceptible to the virus, seeing in Europe more cases among between 30 and 50 has the data that you've seen in the past 2 weeks changed that assessment? Are men more susceptible?
I don't think it's changed much. Same pattern, same answer that we've given you for the last.
More adversely affected than consuming Asia?
Tomorrow I'll bring you all the facts back.
We can bring an updated graph, but it's very similar. Please.
Possibly restricting flights from hotspots.
Where are you on that? We're looking at it very seriously right now. We're dealing with governors, we're dealing with airlines, we're dealing with a lot of different factors. It's a very difficult decision. We're also doing testing, getting into planes, very strong testing. States are doing testing of people that leave planes because they don't want to have people coming in who are infected. So understanding that and the level of testing has been enormous. Okay, and some states have said you have to go in quarantine for 2 weeks if you come from certain areas. So knowing that, we're working with the governors.
Testing, domestic travel or people coming from outside the country?
Some states are doing, when they land, they're doing very strong, very powerful testing. Please, go ahead. Okay, love. Then you'll check them again.
Last question on ventilators.
Governments are doing it. Go ahead.
One last question on ventilators. The governor of New York said that he received donation in ventilators from Jack Therma of Alibaba, which I think is your friend. Would you call on the business community to donate ventilators, not necessarily to New York, but other states like Louisiana?
Now, Jack Ma is a friend of mine, and he's made it very possible to get about 1,000 ventilators from China. but that was from him and my other friend. That was really a gift, and we appreciate it very much. It was very nice of them. All right, I think we've had enough. We'll be seeing you very soon, and I'm sure that all of us are going to be working very hard. We're working very hard. We are really coming up into a time that's going to be very horrendous. Probably a time like we haven't seen in this country. I don't think we've seen a time like this in the country. We're getting to that point where it's going to really be some very bad numbers. We want to keep those numbers a lot lower than they would have been, and we will do that. We have tremendous talent working. We have tremendous people, and that includes governors. That includes everybody. Everybody's working, but unfortunately, we're getting to that time when the numbers are going to peak, and it's not going to be a good-looking situation. I really believe we probably have never seen anything like these kind of numbers, maybe during the war, during a World War I or II or something, but this is a war all unto itself, and it's a terrible thing. We will be seeing you soon. We'll keep you totally abreast. We're also going to be releasing new ventilator numbers because we have a lot of them coming, a lot of them going to different locations, and we appreciate it very much. Thank you.